Let me share with you guys this new unique Facebook ad strategy that let me generate close to $650 in 24 hours on one new campaign. What's poppin', people? It's your boy the Beast of Ecom, back with another video, dropping nothing but you already know, value bombs. So in today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you guys this new little unique Facebook ad strategy that let me generate close to $650 in one day on a new campaign. Now, I don't think no one has mentioned this Facebook ad strategy on YouTube before. I've not seen it in any groups anywhere. I may be the first, I may not, I'm not going to claim anything, and I may probably be doing things the long way. However, it worked, and the person that I am, of course, I like to test out new shit. So as soon as the idea came about and stuff clicked, I just had to try it out. So I'm going to jump into my Facebook Ads Manager shortly, show you the results. We actually got a 4.2x ROAS on the first day of doing this strategy. So you definitely want to check it out. But before we do that, if you are new to the channel, then where on earth have you been? And if you want to learn more cool ad strategy, Shopify, dropshipping, e-commerce, and all of that good stuff, new tips and tricks on a weekly basis, then you already know what you should do. Like this video, comment on this video, and of course, drop a subscribe to the channel, and make sure, of course, you hit the notification bell as well so that you stay up to date with all of my latest content. So let's quit the talking, let's jump straight into the video and learn how you guys can set this Facebook ad strategy up for your dropshipping stores. So let's jump straight into this video and show you guys exactly how you guys can kind of replicate this little new unique strategy that I did to generate these numbers. So as you can see here, this is the campaign. Was selected on just one campaign. Obviously, we've blurred out stuff because it's still actively running. But you can see here, yesterday we got a 4x ROAS, okay, on this actual campaign and on these ad sets. And I'll show you that it was a brand new one, because if we go back to the 31st and have a look, you can see here, obviously nothing. So, the campaign's literally a day old. So yeah, I mean, absolutely fantastic numbers, of course. The click-through rate is not as great because obviously it's euro. However, there's the cost per purchases and website purchases are fantastic, and the break-even point for this product is ridiculously low. So this is probably like, I don't even know, it's like super ridiculous. This is like probably 45% north, these results, because the break-even point is like 1.31, I think. So insanely profitable. So let me show you exactly how you can do it. Okay, so first and foremost, okay, I'm going to show you how I came across it. Now, what I'm showing you now is, you can see here, Shopify payments, and if you go to settings, if you're using Shopify payments, you'll be able to add multiple currencies. Okay, so people can check out using their actual currency, meaning you can target everyone who's in the Eurozone, and they can check out using euros. And the way I kind of came across this is, I was, someone mentioned it, and I thought, hey, let me just check it out. Okay, and I came across, this is actually the Shopify website. You can see here, sell it in multiple currencies. Now, you have to have Shopify payments. If you're using Stripe, you can't do this strategy, okay? But you can see here, it says, if you want to sell in multiple currencies, then, you can use in Shopify payments, but you can't have a multi-currency app from the Shopify App Store. Multi-currency apps are not compatible with this feature. So basically what it means, that with multi-currency apps, what usually happens is, it changes the currency based on someone's location. So if they log in, if they come to your store and they're from, the UK, it will show pounds. If you come in from the States, it will show dollars, and so on and so forth. However, once people get to the checkout, what happens is it will revert back to your store's main currency. Meaning, if your store's main currency is based in US dollars, it will display in pounds for me, but then when I go to actually check out, it will revert back to US dollars, which means for the customer, what happens is they will generally pay a non-sterling fee, is what they call it here in the UK. So I'd have to pay like a fee for paying in dollars from my pounds. However, Shopify payments are trying to counteract this, meaning that, customers can check out using their own currency, which is absolutely fantastic. However, it's not being done automatically, okay? There's probably a way around this, and I'm talking about this, I'm talking around this probably, you know, I'm going to talk with a developer or so on and so forth. But basically, you can see here what can be supported. So you can see here we've got, you know, US dollars, you know, you can have Canadian dollars, Denmark krona, euros, Hong Kong dollars, etc., pound. So you can have currencies, you can have people checking out in these currencies, which is amazing, right? But what they generally say is that you have to have a currency selector. So you have to then, for the person to check out in their actual currency, they have to check out the they have to basically select the currency, meaning that, you know, you can, obviously they talk about here about, you know, if you're using it, you can get it coded in and so on and so forth, you know, but it's not automatic. So what I then came across is they said a link. So if we're having a look at here, it says a link. You can send your customers a link that opens your store in a specific currency, which obviously light bulb moment went off thinking, hey, why don't I then, you know, just get the product page and send it, you know, create an advert for, you know, US people, you know, dollars or euros, and then use that link. And you can see here, of course, you know, if you use this here, you know, manually switch currencies. And again, you know, you can probably get all this stuff coded, but this is just something that, you know, I done manually and it worked great. So what I basically done was I'll talk about it in a moment, but you can see here, you can have your store.store.myshopify with the currency. Now, if you actually take this with your store, of course, paste it into your browser, your store will just automatically change. So I thought, hey, okay, why don't I then just put the product link, you know, modify this link to have the product in and see if it then automatically changes and if I could check out. And hey presto, it worked. So how on earth did I do, you know, Facebook ad strategy for $650 in 24 hours with a 4.2x ROAS? How can you do it? Okay, let me give you the steps on how exactly you can do it, because I may be, you know, previously of what I've been talking about may sound a little bit complicated to some people, but let me just make it as clear as day on how to do this. So what you will need, of course, for this to work as best as possible is a winning product. Because if you've got a winning product, then it's going to be easier to sell. Again, if you've not got a winning product and you're testing, this is not really something for you, okay? But if you've got a winning product, and even though you're selling in multiple currencies, if you're selling across the world with the currency app, having someone check out in their own currency is going to increase your conversion rate. So you need a winning product and Shopify payments. Again, you can't do this without Shopify payments. They don't allow it. You will, you know, if you're using Stripe or anything like this, unless you're on like the Plus, you know, unless you're using like Shopify Plus, which is, you know, ridiculous per month, then, you know, you're not going to be able to do this. But the strategy. So first and foremost, what you want to do is you want to create a currency link for your product, and it will look like this. So you can see here, it will have, you have to use it like this. You have to create it like this. I've tested it. It works. Your store.myshopify. So whatever your store is, put that in there. myshopify.com. Then products, of course. And then obviously your product URL. But then at the end of it, you just want to put question mark currency equals whatever currency you want to sell in. Of course, I done, for that campaign, I done Eurozone, I believe. Everyone in the Eurozone who wants to pay in euros. Now, what I would generally recommend that you do is to test the link and actually purchase something from your store with your card. And this is what I've done to make sure that it actually works. Because what you don't want to do is spend money on Facebook and, you know, people can't check out or it's failing for some reason. So what I made sure I'd done was actually, you know, got a product on my store, gave myself like a 99% discount or whatever, or 50% discount. You're going to refund it anyway. Just purchase something from your store just to make sure that it works, okay? Once it goes through, try it maybe 2 or 3 times, which I personally done. I tried twice just to make sure it works for one currency and another currency, and then just refund it after going to your back end and refund it back to your card, just to be sure. Now, once you've done that, then what you want to do is you want to create a new campaign and take that URL that you've created and use that as the URL for your new campaign, okay? So you don't want to be using the old one. You want to be using this new one inside of Facebook so that when people click on the advert, it automatically goes through it's automatically translated into that currency that they can check out in. What I recommend you do, of course, as well, is target the countries that you want to target. You know, generally separate it out by campaign. So, you know, you'd have a campaign just for US dollars with a US link. You'd have a campaign for you know, Australia with your Australian link, Eurozone with your Euro link, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's just the best way to generally do it, just so you've got control over everything. It'll make things a lot more cleaner as well. Then what I recommend you do, of course, is you create a bit.ly link as well, because you don't want to paste in, if you scroll up and have a look at that, you don't want to be pasting that inside of your ad creative as well, because that just looks super ugly. So just go into bit.ly and create a bit.ly link, and you know, shorten that and add that one into your creative. Now, use your winning creative that you have now, okay, and just recreate it. Now, yes, I know people will say, oh, you will lose engagement, you know, you will lose engagement. Yes, you will lose engagement. However, you know, if you've got a winning combination, you know, a winning video, you've got a winning winning video, a winning you know, thumbnail, a winning ad copy, then generally you shouldn't really have any issues with still scaling and getting results. Okay, so that's generally what I recommend that you do, and of course then just test it, run it at what I recommend you do is you use at this stage of creating a campaign is use your best interests. So whatever your best interests are, you know, you can use lookalikes as well. So if you've got a lookalike audience of just everyone in, you know, everyone in the UK and your store's in dollars, then just set up a campaign with all of your lookalikes and use that link for, you know, so people from the UK can check out in pounds. You know, what basically happens is Facebook is Shopify mark it up. So they mark it up so it's a little more expensive for the person, but you still get that same amount, and which I tested that as well. And of course, finally, test it. If it's good, like I mentioned, if it's good, then scale that bitch to the moon. And of course, you know, I'll be scaling that campaign absolutely crazy over the next few weeks, if of course if it holds as well as it does. But hey, again, like I mentioned, I may have made this super long, you know, heading back to these numbers again, I may have made this super long, but you know, it worked. The metrics look absolutely fantastic. But test it out, you know, test it out. And if you're not a marketer testing out new shit, then, you know, marketing isn't really for you. So, so yeah, test this little campaign out and see if it works. If it does, then of course, drop me a message and let me know. So I hope you got some value from this video. If you did and you didn't know about this before, then of course make sure you like, comment, smash that subscribe button, and of course be sure to hit the notification bell as well so that you become a part of the Beast Gang and stay up to date with all of my latest videos. Now, if you personally want to learn more from me and become one of my students, then make sure you join the waitlist for my Ecom Beast 2.0 course. It's currently closed. We're not accepting no more students right about now, but the course will be going public soon. But to be able to get your hands on it, then you have to join the waitlist, and the link for that will be down below. So make sure you join the waitlist so you get notified as soon as it's ready to go live. Hit me up on Instagram, drop me a like, drop me a DM, drop me a comment, and we can try and connect on there. And make sure you join the free Facebook Marketing Mastermind as well. The link for that will be down below. But that is it for this video, and I'll be back with another one dropping nothing but you already know. Value bombs. Take care, and I'll see you later.